Hi, it's Lee from ColouringQueen.net, and today I've got Christine Karron's latest colouring book, which is Realistic Portraits. So this one is completely different from her previous books, her Fairies, the beautiful Benny Blue, and her book on mermaids. So very different, very realistic portraits. And they're actually people that she knows or close friends, and they're at various stages of their life. And there's a couple of Christine in here as well, so it'd be amusing to figure out who's who. There's 24 illustrations in total, so I've got a feeling this is Christine, but I'm not sure. And they're all grayscale. Now, I received this from Christine. She kindly gave it to me. I took it up to Officeworks today and had it printed and spiral bound. So this is a PDF edition, but in a few days, check your local Amazon if you like the physical book, because the physical book will be available on Amazon in a few days. Now, the guy at Officeworks was having a lot of problems with the photocopier, so I hope that they've all turned out in the correct order. Now, we see this guy a few times at different stages. I still think this one's Christine. We've seen a younger version of this girl before. And I think this little hottie is the same guy as previously, and the young boy. I also think this is Christine, but I don't know. I could be so way off wrong here. So if you're wanting to practice your skin tones, this would be a great book to try out, and especially for the hair. There's lots of texture there, lots of little fine hairs on the eyebrows, and great for practicing those skin tones without having to worry too much about the clothes. Now, if you get the PDF version, you could print this out on watercolour paper, which, because of these backgrounds, etc., see how it's very washy, I think watercolours would look fantastic. And see here how it's got that watercolour-y type effect. Of course, you can print it on whatever you fancy. Look at all this texture in the hair. She's got great eyebrows, hasn't she? So if you are a Patreon of Christine's, which I am, she's actually giving away a few copies. She's got a little contest. So log into your Patreon account if you are a Patreon. She's got one of the cheapest Patreons. I'm sure it is the cheapest Patreons that I have. I've got quite a few artists that I support via Patreon, and Christine is by far the cheapest. It's not even a cup of coffee. And if you are a Patreon, she often gives out discounts, and as well as the discounts, there's of course the free colouring page each month. Now, if you wanted ideas on how to colour these, she actually has a YouTube channel, and she is an amazing colourist. Personally, I hope she brings out a colouring tutorial book, hint hint, maybe a colouring tutorial of Benny Blue. Now that would make my day. Look at this little cutie, and I'm sure he's the younger version of that hot bloke that we've seen before. And this gorgeous picture, the eyebrows. So you can get this as a PDF, or in a couple of days it'll be on the Amazon marketplace and you can get a physical copy. Here are Christine's other books. Benny, of course, the best bunny in the world. Her fairies books 1 and 2, which are absolutely gorgeous. Mermaids, and the Spirits book, which I think was Christine's first book from memory, and the Mermaids one was the second book. So absolutely gorgeous. Now the art size of these pages is about 8.5 by 11. We've got some black and white thumbnails here as well. And you can tell by those coloured thumbnails now that we've leafed through. You can get a good idea of those coloured thumbnails. Now everyone always asks what I get it printed on at Officeworks. So today I got it printed on 100 GSM paper, which is just slightly higher than normal copy paper in Australia. And the reason for that is I think that I would probably do watercolours on this book, so I'd probably print out the page at a time, which is like I love PDFs for that reason. I'll print out one page on watercolour paper and just test it without printing out the whole book, because I might want to do the other pages on markers or pencils, or if I want to do them in pencils I'll just do them out of this copy that I've made. And when I got them printed at Officeworks I get them coil bound and I get plastic front and back. Now I didn't show you the plastic at the front because it is reflective, but I've got it there both sides. And I'm just saying that because every time someone always asks me what I've got done, so really it's just the mood and how I think I'm going to colour the book as to what sort of paper I decide to get it printed out on. So that's it for the Realistic Portraits by Christine Karron. The links to buy are below the video and I'll update that once it's available on Amazon. Currently it's only the PDF, but wait a couple of days and it'll be on Amazon. And until next time, happy colouring.